Welcome to our channel, a sacred space where broken hearts find healing, weary souls discover hope, and every hurting spirit is reminded they are deeply loved by God. Here, you'll find gentle words of comfort, powerful stories of redemption, and divine encouragement to walk through life's challenges with faith and peace. Whether you're feeling lost, overwhelmed, or simply seeking a quiet place to rest, this channel is for you. Subscribe and join us on this beautiful journey of spiritual renewal, one heartfelt step at a time. Because here you are never alone. You are cherished, and you are loved beyond measure. Chapter 1. Sleep through the prophets. Isaiah, Jeremiah, and Ezekiel whispered, "My child, are you still awake? I felt your restless turning in the night. You were not meant to carry so many voices into your sleep. You were meant to rest in mine. You heard the chaos today, the noise of the world, the uncertainty in your chest, the doubt that crept in through the cracks of your thoughts. You scrolled past pain, past opinions, past anger disguised as truth. You saw loss wrapped in headlines and dreams that crumbled into ash by evening. And now, as the moon takes its place, the ache you've been pushing down returns. But tonight, I want you to sleep through the prophets. Yes, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel. They once walked roads filled with ruin, heard cries rise from cities laid low, and still they spoke of hope. They whispered promises into the dust, and those whispers were for you too. You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you. Isaiah 26:3. I didn't ask you to understand everything that's happening. I asked you to trust me through it. Peace is not found in knowing the plan. Peace is found in knowing me, in letting my voice be the last one you hear before sleep comes. Isaiah once saw a vision of me high and lifted up, even when his people were broken. He felt the shaking of the foundations, but I touched his lips with fire and still called him mine. That same fire, that same calling, it lives inside you too. Even in your shaking, Jeremiah wept through the ruins of his land, called the weeping prophet, because he felt what others refused to. Maybe you felt too much lately. Maybe your empathy feels like a burden. But I gave you that heart not to crush you, but to make space for my healing. Jeremiah was not weak for weeping. Neither are you. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah 1:5. Do you hear it? That means I knew you would feel this overwhelmed. I knew this exact night would come. And still, I chose to make you. Not as an accident, but as an answer to someone else's loneliness, to the pain of this generation, to the silence that needed compassion. You are not here by mistake. Then there was Ezekiel. Strange visions, dry bones, silent years. He saw a valley full of death, and I asked him, "Can these bones live?" And he said, "Only you know, Lord." So I told him to speak life anyway. And breath came rushing back. You've stood in valleys too. You've walked through rooms that felt lifeless, through moments where hope was just a concept, not a companion. I am the God who brings breath back. I am the one who turns graves into gardens. And when you feel too tired to believe that, I will whisper it over your spirit until it sinks deep again. My child, you can sleep now. You don't have to fix tomorrow before it comes. You don't have to prove anything tonight. Your value is not in your performance. It's not in what you accomplished today. It's not in who approved of you or who misunderstood you. It's not in how well you kept it all together. Your worth is in the fact that you are mine. Lay your head and let my prophets speak to your heart as you sleep. Let Isaiah remind you that peace is possible, even in the ruins. Let Jeremiah assure you that your tears are sacred to me. Let Ezekiel show you that even the driest places can live again. I am not waiting for you to be perfect before I speak. I speak because you are hurting, because you're weary, because you're finally still enough to hear me. So rest, not just physically, but spiritually. Rest in the knowledge that I am near, closer than your breath, more faithful than your fears, more enduring than your doubts. Tomorrow will come. But right now, this is holy ground, your pillow, your silence, your longing. I am here in the middle of it all. Sleep, child, let the prophets whisper, and I will hold you until morning. Chapter 2. When the night feels too long. My beloved, I see you lying there, eyes open, heart heavy, staring into the darkness that won't seem to end. I hear the whisper you didn't dare speak aloud. How much longer, Lord? You thought night was supposed to be for rest. But tonight, it feels like a weight, like the silence is pressing in from every side. You keep turning over thoughts that won't settle, fears that multiply in the quiet. It's not just physical darkness, is it? It's the darkness within of uncertainty, regret, and waiting. But I want to meet you here, right here, before the dawn breaks. I don't need the sun to rise to begin healing you. I do my most tender work in the deepest parts of night. Do you remember Job? He sat in ash and silence when the night felt endless. He lost more than he ever thought he could survive. Friends gave him words, but not understanding. He asked questions no one dared ask. And still, I met him not with explanations, but with presence. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Job 38:4. That wasn't a rebuke. That was an invitation. I was saying, Job, I've held the universe. I can hold your story too. I know you don't want cliches. You don't need someone to tell you everything will be fine. You want something deeper, a reason to keep breathing when it hurts. So let me give you that, not with answers, but with myself. I see that you're tired. Not just in your body, your soul is tired. You've been trying to be strong for everyone else, smiling when you're breaking, showing up when you feel like disappearing. And you wonder if anyone sees the real weight you carry. I do. I've seen every silent tear you wiped away before anyone noticed. I've felt every ache you didn't name, every prayer you couldn't form into words. I've heard you whisper, God, I don't know how to keep going. And I never left, not once. Do you remember the disciples in the storm? The winds howled, the boat rocked, and they believed they were going to die. But I was in the boat, asleep, not because I didn't care, but because I already knew the end of that storm. Peace be still. Mark 4:39. And suddenly the storm abated. The night grew quiet, the waters calmed. Your storm may not be over yet, but I am still in your boat. I haven't left you to face this alone. Even when I seem silent, I am working. Even when the night feels like it's never going to lift, I am preparing the dawn. You ask, but what if I don't have strength left? Then I say, you don't need to. I will carry you. You ask, what if I can't pray the right words? Then I say, just breathe. I understand your sighs as prayers. You ask, why does it hurt so much? And I answer, because you loved deeply, because you hoped, because you are human, and I made you to feel. But the pain does not mean I've forsaken you. You are not forgotten in the dark. My child, you are cradled. This night, long as it feels, is not without purpose. I do not waste your suffering. I collect it like sacred rain. I bottle your tears, not one lost. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Psalm 35. Yes, this verse isn't meant to dismiss your pain. It's meant to hold your hand through it. I am the God of the night and the morning. I am the one who sees both ends of your storm and still walks beside you in the middle. So when the night feels too long, let me be your candle. When your hope is faint, let me be your anchor. When all you can do is breathe, let each breath be worship, not in strength, but in surrender. You are not weak for needing me. You are wise. You are loved. And you are held even when you feel most undone. Let the night stretch. Let it feel endless if it must. But know that beyond the horizon, light is already moving. I'm already working while you wait. I'm already healing what you cannot see. And I will not abandon you in the dark. Tonight may feel like 1,000 years. But even in this long night, I am the same faithful God. And I am whispering this truth to your soul. You will make it through this, not because you are strong, but because I am. Sleep now if you can, or simply rest your heart in mine. The night is not too long for me. I have walked with my children through fire, flood, famine, and fear. I will walk with you too. And when the morning comes, oh, how it will come, you'll look back and see I was there in every breath. Chapter 3. I saw you cry in silence. My precious child, I saw you. Long before the tears reached your eyes, I saw the heaviness settle on your chest. I saw the way you blinked upward, trying to stop the ache from spilling over. And I saw the moment you finally let go quietly, where no one else would hear. You think your pain must be hidden, that your tears are signs of weakness, but they are not. They are sacred to me. Not one tear goes unnoticed. When you think no one understands what you're going through, remember, I am the God who sees in secret. You didn't cry for attention. You cried from exhaustion, confusion, grief, maybe even anger at me. And still, I didn't turn away. I never do. When you cry in silence, heaven leans closer. David cried too, in caves, in deserts, in palaces filled with danger. He wept on his bed, tears soaking his pillow. And yet, I called him a man after my own heart. Why? Because he didn't hide his heart from me. He poured it out. He trusted me with the rawest pieces of his soul. You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. Psalm 56:8. You see, I don't dismiss your pain. I don't roll my eyes at your emotion. I designed your heart to feel deeply, richly, fully. And when this world bruises you, I don't ask you to get over it. I ask you to give it to me. Let me be your safe place. Let me be the one you run to when you can't hold it together anymore. You have spent so long being strong for others, wearing smiles like armor, saying I'm fine when your soul is unraveling. But you don't have to pretend with me. I already know. And I'm not waiting for a polished prayer. I'm listening for your honesty. When Hannah cried at the altar, her lips moving without sound, her heart bursting with unmet dreams, the priest thought she was drunk. But I knew, I saw, I heard, and I answered. Your silent tears are not wasted. They are seeds in my hands. They water the roots of tomorrow's healing. You think you're breaking down, but sometimes crying is how your soul makes room for me to rebuild. I am not offended by your sadness. I'm not overwhelmed by your emotion. I am drawn to it. I am near to the brokenhearted. I rescue those crushed in spirit. Psalm 34:18. And oh, how I long to comfort you, not with shallow words, but with my very presence. I remember when my son wept too. He stood at the tomb of his friend, knowing resurrection was moments away, and still he cried. Why? Because love weeps when others hurt. And I want you to know, when you hurt, I hurt with you. So please, stop believing the lie that no one sees you. I see you. I see the brave face you wear by day and the tears you hide by night. I see the aching prayers that never pass your lips. I see the weight you carry for others, even when no one thanks you. And I am here not to fix you, but to be with you. Sometimes your healing won't look like immediate change. Sometimes it looks like me sitting with you in the middle of it. No rush, no pressure, just presence. That's how Jesus healed hearts before he healed bodies, through presence. Let me sit with you tonight. Don't try to explain. Don't rehearse your pain into perfect words. Just be. I already know. I already understand. And child, there's no shame in crying. Jesus cried. David cried. Hannah cried. And you are safe to cry with me. Even now, as you read these words, I am near. My spirit surrounds you like warm light, soft and gentle. Not pushing, just embracing. This moment is holy, not because everything is okay, but because you are letting me in. When the tears fall again, and they might, let them fall into my hands. Let them be your offering. You don't have to hide your heartbreak anymore. You don't have to cry in silence. thinking no one cares. I care more than you know, more than you feel, more than you can imagine. So tonight, rest in this truth. You are not invisible. You are not too much. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are mine, and I saw you cry in silence, and I loved you still, and I stayed. Chapter 4. The weight you carry isn't yours alone. My beloved, you've been carrying so much for so long. I watch you trying to hold up your world with trembling hands. You take on the burdens of others, the demands of life, the wounds from your past, and the worries about tomorrow. And then you still try to smile, still try to show up, still try to be okay. But the truth is, you're tired. Not just physically, but soul tired. You weren't meant to carry this weight by yourself. I never asked you to. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. Do you hear my voice in that invitation? It's not a command to perform. It's a gentle whisper calling you back to the place where you can finally lay it all down. The pain, the stress, the anxiety, the pressure to hold it all together. You don't have to be the strong one all the time. You don't have to pretend you're not breaking when you are. I am not asking for your perfection. I'm offering you my strength. Remember Moses? Even he grew weary, holding his arms up in battle. And when they began to fall, I didn't scold him. I sent people to hold his arms for him, because even the greatest leaders weren't designed to carry the burden alone. So why do you think you must? You've been taught that asking for help is weakness. That falling apart makes you a failure. But I say the opposite. Surrender is strength. Vulnerability is brave. Letting me carry what you cannot is what faith truly is. You are not responsible for everyone's healing. You are not the savior of your family. You are not required to carry guilt from your past or expectations for your future. That's too heavy for your heart. But it's not too heavy for mine. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. 1 Peter 5:7. Yes, all of it. Not just the polite parts. Not just the things you think are acceptable. Cast the messy parts, the loud fears, the quiet disappointments, the anger you've never dared to voice, the exhaustion you can't explain, the heartbreak that still haunts you. Give it all to me. I already know what's weighing you down, and I'm not waiting for you to clean it up. I'm asking you to hand it over. Let me carry it. That grief you've been holding, let me hold it now. That guilt you revisit every night, I've already forgiven it. That fear about what's ahead, I go before you. That shame you never speak of, my mercy is louder. You were never meant to be the one who carries the cross. That's why I came. That's why I walked the road to Calvary. I took the weight, not just of sin, but of sorrow, of suffering, of brokenness. And when I said, "It is finished," I meant you're striving too. You're not a failure for feeling overwhelmed. You're not a burden for needing rest. You're human, and I love you in that humanness, not in spite of it. There's a reason I said, "My yoke is easy, and my burden is light." Matthew 11:30. Because when you walk with me, you are not dragging a load alone. I walk beside you. I carry what you can't. I lift what breaks you. And I stay every step, every stumble, every tear. Tonight, I want you to breathe deeply, slowly. Let go of what was never yours to carry. Let go of trying to fix everything. Let go of believing you have to do this on your own. You are not alone. I am here in this very moment, not distant, not disappointed, not frustrated with your weakness. I delight in being your strength. I delight in lifting you when you fall. So let your shoulders relax. Let your fists unclench. Let your spirit rest. You are safe with me. Let this be the night you stop pretending to be okay and start allowing me to carry you. I made you with care. I called you by name. I know the number of hairs on your head and the thoughts that race through your heart. I know how much you've tried. I know how much it hurts. And I know you need me now. So hand me the weight, all of it, and walk lighter, sleep deeper, breathe easier. Not because the world has changed, but because you've remembered I am still here. And you don't have to carry this alone. Chapter 5. I know the guilt you bury. My child, I see beneath the surface, the places no one else sees, the weight you smile through, the shame you tuck beneath your kindness. And I need you to know, I know the guilt you bury. You've done well at hiding it, even from yourself. You've told yourself it's in the past, that it doesn't matter anymore. And yet, it still visits you when the world grows quiet, when no one is watching, when the lights go out, and your heart is left alone with itself. You replay old moments, don't you? Words you wish you could take back, choices that haunt you, roads you wish you never walked, and the whispers come in. You should have known better. You should have done more. You can't be forgiven for that. But those whispers, they're not from me. I am not the accuser. I am the healer. Therefore, there is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. Romans 8:1. Did you hear that? No condemnation. Not less condemnation. Not eventual forgiveness. None. Gone. Buried in a tomb where even your deepest regrets have no breath left to rise. I know what you've done. I knew it before you did it. And still, I chose the cross. Still, I laid down my life. Still, I said, Father, forgive them. That prayer covered more than the soldiers at my feet. It covered you. You don't have to keep punishing yourself. I never asked you to. My blood was enough. My grace doesn't come in installments. It was poured out in full, once for all, even for this. You think that if you let go of guilt, you're letting yourself off too easy. But forgiveness is not forgetting. Forgiveness is freedom. And I want that freedom for you. Remember Peter, the one who walked with me, saw miracles with me, and still denied me 3 times when I needed him most. The guilt nearly destroyed him. But I didn't cast him aside. I didn't shame him. I met him on a beach, cooked him breakfast, and asked him one question. Do you love me? Because, child, I'm not focused on your failure. I'm focused on your heart. Do you love me? Then come sit with me. Let's talk, not about your past mistakes, but about how deeply I love you. Let's talk about what's next, not what's been. Let's talk about healing, not hiding. The guilt you bury, it's heavy, isn't it? It keeps your prayers small, your joy muted, your head lowered. But I didn't call you to carry guilt. I called you to carry grace. And grace lifts your chin. Grace reminds you that your worst moment isn't your whole story. Grace says, I've seen it all, and I still choose you. I'm not waiting for you to earn your way back. You were never meant to earn anything. That's what makes grace so beautiful. It's a gift, not a reward. If we confess our sins, He is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. 1 John 1:9. You don't have to prove your sorrow. I see your heart. I see the ache behind your silence. I see the moments you've tried to make it right. And I am not angry. I am reaching through your shame, reaching through your fear, reaching through the walls you built to protect yourself from judgment. I am not here to judge you. I am here to restore you. You are not the sum of your sins. You are not the worst thing you've done. You are not defined by your failure. You are mine, and I delight in showing mercy. So stop digging graves for the things I've already buried. Stop resurrecting guilt that I have already crucified. The cross wasn't just an event, it was your redemption. Tonight, I want you to breathe, really breathe, and let that breath be the beginning of release. Let the guilt go, let the lies go, let the shame go, let the enemy's voice be silenced, and let mine be the one you finally hear. You are forgiven. You are free. You are still loved. You don't have to carry guilt into tomorrow. You don't even have to carry it through the rest of this night. Hand it to me. Let me take it, and I will give you peace in return. You've repented. Now rest. You've wept. Now let me wipe your tears. You've buried guilt. Now let me raise hope. You are not too far gone. You are not beyond grace. You are not irreparably broken. You are held, even now, in the arms of mercy. So sleep, child, not in fear, but in freedom. I know the guilt you bury, and I have buried it deeper. Chapter 6. When you think you're too broken to be loved. My child, who told you that you were too broken to be loved? Who whispered that lie so many times that now it feels like truth? Who made you believe that your scars disqualify you from grace, from belonging, from being fully known and still fully embraced? Because that voice, the one that says you are too messy, too damaged, too much, that is not my voice. I don't love the version of you that has it all together. I don't wait for you to clean up, fix yourself, or hide the parts that still hurt. I love you right here, in the middle of the mess, in the middle of your confusion, your pain, your shattered places. I love you as you are, not as you wish you were, not as others expect you to be, but as you are, broken, bruised, brave enough to still breathe. Let me tell you, something eternal. Broken does not mean unlovable. Broken means human. And I came not for the well, but for the wounded. Do you remember the woman at the well? She came alone at the hottest part of the day because shame had taught her to hide. She'd been rejected, whispered about, used and tossed aside. But I met her there, not with judgment, but with presence. I didn't flinch at her past. I didn't recoil at her reputation. I offered her water that would never run dry. And for the first time, she felt seen without being shamed. He told me everything I ever did. John 4:39. And still, she ran into the village, not to escape, but to testify. Because being loved in your brokenness changes everything. I know what you've done. I know what you regret. I know the parts of your story that still make you wince. But I also know this. There is not one part of you that disqualifies you from my love. Your scars are not proof of your failure. They are proof that you've survived. They're the places where healing has begun. And healing doesn't have to be finished to be beautiful. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm asking you to be present, to let me into the places that hurt, the places you keep boarded up, afraid of what I'll say. But I already know what's behind those doors, and I'm not afraid of the dark. I've walked through tombs and came out alive. I make beauty from ashes. I make wholeness from what the world calls worthless. I make masterpieces from what others throw away. You are not too broken. You are exactly the kind of person I came for, the kind who knows they can't save themselves, the kind who's run out of pretending, the kind who's tired of patching cracks instead of letting me rebuild from the foundation up. Do you remember the man with leprosy? No one would touch him. No one would even come near. But he came to me trembling, saying, "Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean." And I reached out. I touched him. Before I healed him, I touched him because I wanted him to know he wasn't untouchable. He wasn't disgusting. He wasn't too far gone. He was mine. You too. I want to reach into your wounds, not to make you relive the pain, but to begin the healing. I want to sit in the silence with you until the shame loses its voice. I want to speak love into the places that only hear criticism. And I want you to believe me when I say, you are not too broken to be loved. You are already loved. You are already chosen. You are already worth dying for. I didn't wait for you to get it all right before going to the cross. I didn't offer love with conditions. I gave it freely, fully, forever. And that love still stands. So stop hiding behind your brokenness. Let me meet you in it. Let me take your pieces and shape something eternal. Let me remind you that redemption is not about perfection. It's about presence. And I promise, I am not leaving you halfway. Yes, there are cracks, but light gets in through cracks. Yes, there are scars, but resurrection leaves scars too. And yes, there's pain, but it's not the end of your story. I'm still writing. You're still becoming. And your brokenness, it's not a barrier, it's a doorway. So tonight, rest, not because you've earned peace, but because peace is a gift I give to those who come to me, even with trembling hands and shattered hearts. You are not too broken to be loved. You are mine, and I will love you all the way home. Chapter 7. I was there when you let go. My child, I remember the moment you let go, the moment no one else saw, when you released what you had been holding so tightly for so long, the dream you buried, the person you loved, the hope you once carried like fire, the strength you thought you had to keep showing, even while you were unraveling inside. I was there. You didn't see me because your eyes were filled with tears. You didn't feel me because your heart was numb. But I was there, closer than your breath, steady in your chaos, still holding you when you had nothing left to hold on to. Letting go is not weakness, it's surrender. And surrender is sacred. You've been told to always fight, to push through, to never give up. But sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is open your hands and say, God, I can't carry this anymore. That's not failure, that's trust. Remember Abraham. I asked him to let go, to lay down what he loved most, to trust me with what he couldn't control. He climbed the mountain with his son, not knowing what the outcome would be. But at the top, I provided. I always do. The letting go wasn't the end of the story. It was the beginning of deeper faith. You've been trying so hard to hold everything together. The relationship, the plan, the identity, the image. But sometimes, what you're clinging to is the very thing keeping your heart from healing. I know it hurts. Letting go always does. But I am not asking you to walk away from hope. I am asking you to place that hope in me, that version of your life you pictured. I know it felt perfect. I know you built your joy around it. But sometimes, what you think you need is less than what I have in store. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways. Isaiah 55:8-9. What you let go of, I still see. What you buried, I still hold. What you surrendered, I still value. I am not careless with your sacrifices. Every tear you shed when you walked away, I caught it. Every aching silence since, I've filled it with my presence. You think no one noticed, but I noticed. I saw you try to make it work one last time. I saw you pray, Lord, if there's any other way. I saw you finally whisper, okay, I'll trust you. And I want you to know, you didn't lose, you trusted. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means giving it to me. Even Jesus, in the Garden of Gethsemane, reached that moment. His soul overwhelmed with sorrow, he prayed until his sweat became like blood. And then, in surrender, he said, "Not my will, but yours be done." Luke 22:42. That wasn't defeat. That was the beginning of redemption. So when you let go of what you thought had to happen, of who you thought would stay, of the life you thought was guaranteed, you stepped into a new chapter. one that may feel empty now, but is actually full of me. Letting go clears the space for me to move. And I will move, not always how you expect, not always on your timeline, but I promise my plans are never empty. My hands never return void. And what you have surrendered, I will use for beauty, for restoration, for glory. You're not too late. You haven't missed it. The life you let go of was not the only life worth living. I am writing a new story, and it begins with the words you whispered in surrender. Here, Lord, I trust you. You may still feel the ache. That's okay. You don't have to pretend it didn't hurt. But pain does not mean abandonment. Grief does not mean defeat. And your sorrow is not a sign that you've made a mistake. It means you loved. It means you hoped. It means you cared. And it means you're human. And I love you, not despite your letting go, but in it. Tonight, I want you to rest, not in the idea of moving on, but in the reality of moving forward. You don't have to erase what was. You only have to open your hands to what will be. I was there when you let go, and I am still here in the quiet after, in the questions that linger, in the emptiness that asks, what now? And my answer is always the same. Now we begin again. Together, Chapter 8. You are not your worst day. My beloved, I saw that day. The one you still replay in your mind, like a painful song you can't skip. The day everything seemed to fall apart. The day you said the words you can't unsay. The day you made the choice you can't undo. The day you felt like you failed beyond recovery. You've been carrying it like a secret stone in your chest, heavy, cold, and quietly defining everything you believe about yourself. Every time you try to step forward, that memory pulls you back. How could God still love me after that? You whisper to yourself. But listen closely. I was there on your worst day, and I didn't walk away. You've judged yourself so harshly. You've allowed that single moment, that failure, that decision, that breakdown to write the whole story of your worth. But that's not how I see you. I do not define you by your worst moment. I define you by my love. But God demonstrates his own love for us in this. While we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Romans 5:8. Not after you cleaned yourself up. Not after you made it right. Not after you earned a second chance. While you were still in it. That's how deep my love goes. You are not your worst day. You are not the sum of your regrets. You are not the failure you fear others see. You are mine, and nothing will ever change that. Do you remember the thief on the cross beside Jesus? His life was filled with sin, with rebellion, with choices that led him to that very moment. But when he turned his head and whispered, "Remember me," my son didn't say, "It's too late." He said, "Today, you will be with me in paradise." Luke 23:43. One moment of grace changed everything. And if it was true for him, in his final breath, at the end of a broken life, then how much more is it true for you, here and now? Your worst day does not disqualify you from my presence. In fact, your worst day is often where my mercy finds you most clearly, when the noise of perfection quiets and you finally realize that you need me. And I have never once turned away from a soul that cries out in truth. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34:18. You think you ruined everything, but I am the God who rebuilds. You think you missed your chance, but I am the God of second chances, and third and fourth, and 70 times 7. Do you remember Jonah? He ran from me, rebelled against his calling, ended up in the belly of a fish because of his disobedience. But even there, in the darkest, most hopeless place, he cried out. And I heard him. I gave him new ground to stand on, a second chance to live the purpose he thought he had forfeited. You haven't ruined what I still intend to redeem. Yes, your worst day is part of your story, but it's not the end of it. It's a chapter, not the title. It's a wound, not your identity. Scars may remain, but scars are not shame. Scars are signs of healing, signs that what once bled no longer controls you. And I am a master at writing beauty from brokenness. You're still here. That means I'm not finished. That means your story still has breath, still has pages yet to be turned. So let go of the lie that says you're defined by your downfall. Let go of the shame that keeps rehearsing your mistakes. Let go of the belief that your worst moment is the truest thing about you. The truest thing about you is that you are loved, radically, eternally, completely, not because of what you've done, but because of who I am. Tonight, let yourself rest, not in perfection, not in performance, but in the promise that nothing you've done can undo my love for you. Let that day go. Let me carry the weight of it. Let me speak louder than your guilt, clearer than your memory, stronger than your fear. You are not your worst day. You are chosen. You are forgiven. You are held. And you are mine. Chapter 9. The storm does mean I left. My child, the thunder has been loud lately, hasn't it? The waves crashing, the wind howling, the kind of storm that makes you question everything, even me. You've been wondering, where are you, God? You've whispered it into your pillow. You've shouted it inside your heart. You've asked in moments when the ground gave way beneath your feet and nothing made sense anymore. But let me speak into the winds that shake your soul. The storm doesn't mean I left. I know it feels that way. I know silence in the middle of chaos feels like abandonment. But silence is not absence, and darkness is not the end of the story. I have always been closer than you think, especially in the storm. Do you remember the disciples on the sea? The boat was filling with water. The night was heavy. The storm was violent. And I was there asleep in the boat. To them, it felt like I didn't care. But I was never unaware. I was never far. I was simply waiting for the moment when their fear would reach for faith. Teacher, don't you care if we drown? They cried. Mark 4:38. And I did not scold them. I stood up and spoke. Peace be still. Mark 4:39. And the winds knew my voice. The sea obeyed. That same voice speaks over your life right now. Peace, be still. You see only waves, but I see the shoreline ahead. You hear only thunder, but I hear the praise rising on the other side of this pain. You feel only fear, but I am planting faith beneath the surface. The storm is not punishment. It's not proof I've abandoned you. It's a passage, a moment between where you were and where I'm leading you. Storms teach you to trust. They strip away the false strength you leaned on. They reveal the anchors that don't hold. They show you that even when you can't walk on water, I still can. I am not the storm. I am the savior in the storm. I'm not shaken by your panic. I'm not startled by your tears. You are allowed to cry in the storm. You are allowed to ask questions. You are allowed to feel weak. But don't believe the lie that I left. I've never left. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. Isaiah 43:2. Not if, when. Storms will come. They are part of life in a broken world, but you will not go through them alone. I walked with Daniel into the lion's den. I stood with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fire. I comforted Elijah when the sky refused to rain. I whispered to Job when he had lost everything. And I will never stop walking into storms with my children. I know yours feels personal. It is. It's not just circumstances, it's questions. It's weariness. It's heartbreak. It's disappointment in me, if you're honest. And I can handle your honesty. I prefer it. Tell me what hurts. Tell me what scares you. Tell me what you don't understand. I am not fragile. I am faithful. And I am not standing at a distance, waiting for you to figure it out. I am in the boat. I am in the rain. I am in the waiting. I am in this right now. You say, but I can't feel you. And I say, that doesn't change where I am. You say, I don't know how to keep going. And I say, I'll carry you. You say, I'm afraid. And I whisper, do not fear, for I am with you. Isaiah 41:10. Your storm does not scare me. Your mess does not offend me. Your fear does not disqualify you from my help. You don't need to have it all together. You just need to stay close. Let your shaking hands reach for me, even in the dark. You don't need to see the whole path. You only need to trust that I'm walking it with you. There will be an after to this storm. You may not see it yet, but I do. And when the clouds part, when the winds die down, you'll see that the storm changed you, not because it broke you, but because you found me in it. The deepest faith often rises from the deepest waters. So tonight, even with thunder still echoing, rest. Rest not in the absence of the storm, but in the presence of the Savior. Rest knowing you are not alone. Rest knowing the storm never had the final word. I did, and I say, peace, be still. I'm still here. Chapter 10. Even Jesus wept, so can you. My child, have you ever felt that you must be strong all the time? That crying is weakness. That showing tears means losing control. that your pain must be hidden away like a secret shame. Let me tell you something powerful. Even Jesus wept. He stood at the tomb of his dear friend Lazarus, knowing he would raise him again. And yet he wept, not because he doubted, but because he loved deeply, because sorrow touched his heart, because grief is real and it is holy. Jesus wept. John 11:35, the shortest verse in your Bible, but the deepest truth. You are not less because you cry. You are not weak because your heart aches. Your tears are sacred, and they are seen by me. In a world that shouts, "Be strong," I whisper, "Be real." I made you with emotions, joy, sorrow, anger, peace, because I want you to live fully, not just survive. And sometimes, living fully means letting the tears fall. You've been holding back, haven't you? Holding in the pain, the fear, the grief, afraid of what others will think, afraid of what you will feel if you let go. But I am here to say, let go. Let the tears flow. Let your soul breathe. When you cry, you're not alone. I am there right beside you, weeping with you, carrying the weight of your sorrow. Remember Mary, the sister of Lazarus. She poured out her grief before me, tears, cries, questions. I didn't tell her to stop. I didn't tell her to be quiet. I sat with her, because sometimes presence matters more than words. You don't have to have all the answers right now. You don't have to fix everything before you come to me. Come as you are, with your broken heart, your tired spirit, your weary soul. Even Jesus, fully God, fully man, showed you it's okay to weep. And that means you don't have to hide your tears from me. Your cries are prayers, even when you don't have words. Your sobs are sacred, even when you feel ashamed. Your pain is part of your journey, not the end of it. So tonight, as you feel the heaviness, let your heart release what it's held too long. I am here to catch every tear, to heal every wound, to bring peace to every ache. You don't have to be strong alone. You don't have to pretend you're okay. You are loved in every season, in joy and sorrow alike. Let me be your refuge. Let me be your comfort. And if you need to cry, cry, because even Jesus wept, and so can you. Chapter 11. You don't have to be strong right now. My dear child, I see the weight you carry, the invisible burdens you refuse to set down. I see the tired smile, the clenched fists, the eyes that try so hard to hide the storm within. I know the world tells you to be strong, to keep going, to never show weakness. But I'm here to tell you something different. You don't have to be strong right now. Not today, not this moment. Strength is not about always holding it together. Strength is sometimes about admitting you can't. Strength is sometimes found in surrender. Remember Elijah, the prophet. He stood boldly against kings and false gods. He called down fire from heaven. Yet, after all that, when fear and despair overtook him, he fled and begged me to take his life. I did not condemn Elijah. I sent an angel to feed him, to care for him, to remind him that rest and healing come before the next battle. You are not a failure for feeling weak. You are not broken for needing a break. You are human, and I made you that way. I am not waiting for you to be strong before I love you. I love you in your weakness. I carry you when you cannot walk. I lift you when you cannot stand. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. This means that in your moments of weakness, my strength shines brightest. When you lay down your pride, your worries, your need to control, you make room for me to work in ways you never imagined. So stop striving to prove yourself to the world. Stop pretending you're okay when you're not. Come to me as you are. Bring your exhaustion, your tears, your fears. I will hold you. I will heal you. I will renew you. Even warriors need rest. Even heroes need healing. Even saints need grace. You don't have to do this alone. Today, give yourself permission to be fragile. Give yourself permission to be honest. Give yourself permission to lean into me. I am your refuge, your fortress, your strength in the storm. Rest now. Receive my peace. You don't have to be strong right now. You just have to be mine. Chapter 12. The lie that says you're alone. My child, there is a lie whispering in your ear. A lie that tells you you are alone. It creeps into your thoughts in quiet moments, fills your heart with doubt, and convinces you that no one truly understands your pain or your struggle. But hear me now. You are never alone. I have been with you from the beginning, and I will never leave you. Never will I leave you. Never will I forsake you. Hebrews 13:5. The lie that says you are alone is one of the oldest tricks of the enemy, designed to isolate you and make you feel invisible. It wants you to believe that your suffering is yours alone to bear, that no one sees your tears, hears your cries, or cares for your heart. But I see you, I hear you, I am with you. You may feel deserted by friends, misunderstood by family, or invisible in a crowd. But I am the God who calls the lonely my own. I gather the brokenhearted and bind up their wounds. Psalm 147:3. Remember David when he fled into the wilderness and felt utterly abandoned. He cried out, "Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence?" Psalm 139:7. And the answer was clear. There is no place you can go where I am not already there. Even when the nights feel long and the days feel empty, I am your constant companion. I send angels to watch over you. I place people in your path to walk beside you. I breathe hope into your spirit, even when you cannot see it. You were never meant to carry your burdens alone. I created community for a reason, for support, for love, for healing. But even if you find yourself physically alone, emotionally isolated, or spiritually dry, know this: I am with you. I am holding you. I am sustaining you. The loneliness you feel is not a punishment. It is a space for me to move, to draw you closer, to reveal my unfailing love. When you feel no one understands, remember my son. Jesus was rejected, misunderstood, and left to face suffering largely alone. Yet, he trusted in my presence and my plan. So can you. You do not have to fight your battles alone. You do not have to carry your pain in silence. You do not have to hide your heart from the world or from me. Let me be your refuge. Let me be your friend. Let me be your family. Lean into me. Reach out to others. Speak your truth. You are never alone. You are deeply loved. You are eternally held. Rest now in this truth. I am with you always. Chapter 13. I've counted every tear. My beloved child, did you know that I have counted every tear you have ever shed? Each one like a precious jewel in my hand, not wasted or unnoticed. When the world seems silent to your sorrow, my heart beats in rhythm with your pain. You might feel as though your tears fall into the abyss, that no one sees them, no one cares. But I am here to tell you, I see, I care, I gather them all. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. Psalm 56:8. Think about that. Every drop of sorrow you have cried is precious to me. I keep them safely, like a loving father keeping track of the hurts of his child, because I know how much you've suffered. I know the nights you spent awake, the moments your heart broke in silence, the pain you couldn't put into words. When you weep alone, you are never truly alone. I am there, closer than your breath, closer than your heartbeat. I am the God who understands grief because I walked the road of sorrow in my Son. Remember Jesus in Gethsemane. His soul overwhelmed with anguish, sweat like blood falling to the ground. His tears mingled with the earth's dust. That is how deeply I know pain. And I do not expect you to carry it without me. Your tears are not signs of weakness. They are evidence of a heart that feels deeply and loves fiercely. They are pathways to healing, rivers that wash away the hurt and prepare you for new life. You might wonder why the pain lasts so long, why the tears come so often, why the ache in your soul doesn't go away. It's because healing is a process, sometimes slow, sometimes messy. And I am patient with you. I will not rush you or force you to move on before you're ready. In your weeping, I am weaving strength. In your sorrow, I am planting hope. In your breaking, I am building resilience. I do not promise a life without tears, but I promise to be with you through them all, to catch every tear, to soothe every ache, to carry every burden. So when your heart feels too heavy, bring it to me. Pour out your soul like a river. Let your tears fall freely. You are safe with me. You are loved beyond measure. You are held in hands that never let go, and every tear you shed is a seed for new joy. Rest now, child. Let your tears fall. I am counting them all. Chapter 14. When you doubt my plans, my child, I see your heart wrestling with doubt, the questions that keep you awake at night. Why is this happening? What is the purpose? Does your plan even include me? You are not alone in these thoughts. Even the faithful wrestle with uncertainty. Remember Thomas, who needed to see to believe. Remember David, who cried out in the Psalms, questioning, pleading, struggling to understand. Doubt is not the opposite of faith. It can be a doorway into deeper trust. I know you want certainty. You want clear answers and straight paths. You want to see the whole map before taking a step. But I am the God of mysteries and miracles. I weave stories that only become clear when you look back. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways. Isaiah 55:8. You may feel like your life is scattered pieces, random and meaningless. But I am gathering every fragment, shaping a masterpiece you cannot yet see. When you doubt, bring it to me. Don't hide your questions or fear. Lay them at my feet. I can handle your uncertainty. I do not expect perfect faith. I expect honesty. Faith is not about having all the answers. It is about trusting me, even when you don't understand. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5. Sometimes the greatest faith is the faith that continues when the path is unclear, when the night feels endless, when the storm rages on. You are part of a story far greater than you realize. Every trial, every delay, every unanswered prayer is a thread in a tapestry that tells of my love, my power, and my grace. I am working behind the scenes in ways you cannot see. I am faithful even when you are weary. So when doubt creeps in, remember this: I am still good. I am still working. And I am still with you. You don't have to have all the answers today. You only have to take the next step, trusting that I will guide you. Rest in my promises, even when your faith feels small. I love you beyond measure. My plans for you are for hope and a future. Hold on. I am with you. Chapter 15. Grace is still flowing for you, my beloved child. No matter how far you feel you've strayed, no matter how many mistakes you believe you've made, my grace is still flowing for you. It never runs dry. It never ends. It is an endless river that meets you exactly where you are, carrying you forward even when you feel stuck in the past. You may have believed the lie that you are too broken, too flawed, or too lost to receive my mercy. But hear me now. There is no place too dark, no sin too deep, no failure too great that my grace cannot reach. But where sin increased, grace increased all the more. Romans 5:20. My grace is not a reward for perfection. It is a gift for the imperfect. It is not earned by good deeds or polished prayers. It is poured out freely, lavishly, on every soul willing to receive it. Think of the woman caught in adultery, her shame exposed, her future uncertain. The crowd was ready to condemn her, but I said, "Let any one of you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." John 8:7. And when no one did, I told her, "Neither do I condemn you. Go now and leave your life of sin." John 8:11. That is the grace I offer you, grace that forgives, restores, and transforms. You might wonder, how can I accept grace when I feel unworthy? Know this: worthiness is not a condition for my love. You are worthy because I have declared you so. My grace flows not just to cleanse, but to empower. It lifts you when you are weak, strengthens you when you are weary, and heals you when you are broken. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. When you feel overwhelmed by your flaws, let my grace be your refuge. When you stumble, let it be your steady hand. When you despair, let it be your hope. Do not let guilt or shame block the flow of my mercy. My grace is greater than any mistake you've made, any regret you carry, any burden you bear. Open your heart to receive it. Let it wash over you like a healing flood, renewing your spirit and refreshing your soul. Grace is not a one-time event. It is a daily invitation to begin again, to stand up, and to move forward with confidence in my love. So tonight, if you feel weary or unworthy, remember this truth. Grace is still flowing for you, no matter what you've done, no matter what you've been through, no matter how far you think you are from me. Come to the river of my mercy and drink deeply. You are loved, you are forgiven, you are free. My grace will never run dry. Chapter 16. Come sit beside me in the garden. My dear child, when the world feels overwhelming and your heart is heavy, come sit beside me in the garden. There is a place of peace waiting for you, a sanctuary where you can lay down your burdens, breathe deeply, and simply be. I know your days are filled with noise, rushing, and endless demands. Your mind races with worries. Your soul aches with unanswered questions. You feel pulled in 1,000 directions, yet nowhere feels like home. But here, in this garden with me, time slows. The chaos fades. The weight lifts. I am inviting you not to fix everything at once, but to rest, to be still, to lean into my presence. Do you remember the garden where I prayed before my greatest trial? Gethsemane, a place of solitude, struggle, and surrender. Even I needed a quiet place to pour out my heart. You need that too. Come sit beside me. Talk to me. Whisper your fears, your hopes, your pain. Tell me your secrets and your dreams. I am not distant. I am not distracted. I am fully present with you. In this garden, you do not have to pretend. You do not have to wear a mask or hide your tears. Bring your whole self, broken and beautiful. Feel the gentle breeze of my love. Hear the songs of peace I sing over you. Let the colors of hope fill your soul. I am the gardener of your heart. I nurture the places that seem dead, prune what hinders growth, and plant seeds of new life. Sometimes the garden feels wild and tangled. That is okay. I will guide your steps through the thorns and shadows. Trust me. Rest here. You do not have to figure it all out today. You only have to take this moment to sit, to breathe, to receive my grace. When you are ready, we will walk this garden path together. But first, just sit. Let me hold you. You are safe here. You are loved here. You are home here. Come, my child. Sit beside me in the garden. Chapter 17. You're still my child on your worst day. My beloved, do not believe the lie that your worst day defines you. No matter how deep the fall, how heavy the mistake, how loud the failure, you are still my child. I know the moments you wish you could erase, the words said in anger, the chances missed, the promises broken. I see the shame that weighs on your heart, the fear that you are beyond forgiveness. But listen carefully. My love is not based on your performance. It is unchanging, unconditional, and everlasting. When the prodigal son returned broken, repentant, and ashamed, I ran to him with open arms. I did not wait for him to clean himself up or prove he was worthy. I celebrated his return. That is how I love you, for I am convinced that neither death nor life, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God. Romans 8:38-39. Even on your worst day, when you feel most unlovable, my love is loudest. You might think that you need to earn your way back, that forgiveness has limits, or that grace has an expiration date. But I am the God who redeems, restores, and rejoices over you. I am not distant when you stumble. I am not indifferent when you fall. I am close, reaching down, lifting you up, whispering hope into your brokenness. You are not defined by your mistakes, but by my mercy. So tonight, rest in this truth. You are my child. You are chosen. You are loved beyond measure. No matter what has happened, no matter what you've done, you belong to me, and I will never stop holding you. Chapter 18. Heaven hasn't forgotten your name. My beloved, no matter how small or invisible you feel today, know this. Heaven has not forgotten your name, even in the moments when you feel overlooked, unimportant, or lost in the crowd. I am watching over you with unending love and care. You might believe that your struggles are too ordinary, your pain too silent, your life too hidden to matter. But nothing escapes my notice. Every breath you take, every tear you shed, every prayer you whisper, I hear them all. Are not two sparrows sold for a penny? Yet not one of them will fall to the ground outside your Father's care. And even the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Matthew 10:29-30. If I care so deeply for the smallest sparrow, how much more do I cherish you, my child? You may feel forgotten by people, overlooked by the world, or abandoned by those you love. But I have engraved your name on the palms of my hands. You are precious, honored, and treasured. See, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. Isaiah 49:16. Your identity is not defined by your circumstances or others' opinions. It is defined by me, the creator of the universe, who calls you by name. Even when life feels chaotic or you're wandering through valleys of doubt, heaven holds your name with tenderness and purpose. Your story is woven into my grand design. Remember that you are never alone or forgotten. I am always near, always ready to guide you, always ready to lift you. So when you feel invisible, whisper your name to me. I will answer. When you feel unimportant, rest in my love. I see you. I know you. I have not forgotten you. Your life matters, immeasurably so. Tonight, find peace in this promise. Heaven has not forgotten your name. You are loved, you are seen, you are cherished, and you belong forever. Chapter 19. I am the voice in your wilderness. My child, when you find yourself in the wilderness, the place of loneliness, confusion, and uncertainty, remember this. I am the voice that calls to you there. The wilderness is not just a physical place. It is the dark and desolate space inside your heart when all seems lost and the path ahead is unclear. It is the season of waiting, wandering, and wrestling with doubt. You may feel abandoned, forgotten, or unheard. The silence presses in, and the noise of your fears drowns out every whisper of hope. But I am there. I am the still, small voice breaking through the chaos, the gentle call that says, "Come closer, my child. I am here." Do you recall Moses, wandering through the wilderness, feeling lost and burdened? When he encountered the burning bush, it was my voice that called him, giving him purpose and direction. "Do not come any closer," I said. "Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy ground." Exodus 3:5. Your wilderness is holy ground too. A place where you can lay down your burdens and listen for my voice. It is okay to feel uncertain. It is okay to question and to grieve. But do not mistake the wilderness for abandonment. I am your constant companion, guiding you with patience and love. When you hear my voice, it will not shout or demand, but gently beckon you toward hope and healing. Even when the way seems long and the future unclear, trust that I am leading you. You are not alone in your wilderness journey. I am with you. Listen for my voice. I am calling you home. Chapter 20. You are never expected to carry it alone. My dear child, the weight you bear has never been meant for your shoulders alone. From the moment I formed you, I designed you for connection, to carry burdens together, to share pain and joy alike. Yet I see you struggling, reaching, grasping for strength when your own wells have run dry. You think you must be the one to fix everything, to carry every sorrow and solve every problem. But that is not my plan. Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. Galatians 6:2. You were made for community, for partnership, for leaning into others as I lean into you. To isolate yourself is to fight against my design. Even I, your God, am not solitary. The Father, Son, and Spirit exist in perfect relationship, a divine example of unity. When Jesus walked the earth, he did not carry his mission alone. He called disciples to share the journey. He rested with friends. He wept with those who mourned. He showed you that connection is strength. So come to me with your burdens. Bring me your weariness, but also reach out to those I place around you. Let them carry part of your load. You were never meant to bear everything in silence. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to say, I can't do this alone. In your weakness, my strength is made perfect, often through the hands and hearts of others. So lay down what you carry and let others share the load. Trust me to provide support through them. You are not alone. You never were. I am with you always. Chapter 21. When the light feels too far away. My child, I know the darkness feels endless right now. The nights are long, the shadows deep, and the light you once held close seems distant, almost unreachable. You wonder if the dawn will ever come. You ask, how much longer must I wait? How much longer must I suffer? I hear you. I see your weary heart. And I want you to know, even when the light feels far away, it has not vanished. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. John 1:5. The night you walk through is real, but it is not the final chapter. There's a light ahead, brighter than you imagine, warmer than you remember. It is my promise, my presence, my power. Sometimes the light feels distant because you are too close to the shadows. When you step back, you'll see it shining just beyond the horizon. Hold on, cling to hope. Let me be your guide through the night. I will walk beside you, even when you cannot see the path. And when the dawn breaks, you will know that every moment of waiting was worth it. The light is coming. You are not forgotten. You are loved, and I am with you always. Chapter 22. I see you in the quiet room, my dear child, in the midst of life's noise and chaos. I see you in the quiet room, that place you go when the world gets too loud, when you close the door behind you and let the silence wrap around your weary soul. I know you feel invisible there, forgotten, alone with your fears, your doubts, your pain. But I want you to know I see you. I see the tears you don't want anyone else to see. I hear the prayers you whisper when you think no one is listening. I feel the weight you carry when no one else is near. The quiet room is holy ground because it's where your true heart meets mine. Remember when Elijah fled to the wilderness, overwhelmed and afraid. He sat alone in a cave, hiding from the world and even from me. But I came not in the storm, nor the earthquake, nor the fire, but in the still, small voice. I am that voice for you in your quiet room. The gentle whisper that says, you are not alone. You may not understand why you feel so tired, so broken, so lost. But in the quiet, I bring healing. In the silence, I speak peace. In the stillness, I pour out love. Don't rush from this room. Don't fill it with noise to escape the pain. Stay here a while with me. Let me hold your heart. Let me soothe your soul. You are seen, you are known, you are loved. And I am with you in every quiet moment. Chapter 23. The battle you don't talk about. My child, I know about the battle you don't talk about. The one hidden behind your smile. The struggle fought in silence. The war waged in the deepest places of your heart. You carry wounds no one sees and fight fears no one understands. You wrestle with doubts, anxieties, and memories that won't let go. You battle exhaustion, loneliness, and the temptation to give up. I see it all. I know the nights you lay awake, the heaviness that presses down, the voices that tell you you're not enough. But hear me, you are enough. You are brave. You are beloved. This battle is not yours alone to fight. I am fighting alongside you. My power is greater than your pain. My love stronger than your fears. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in him, and he helps me. Psalm 28:7. When you feel overwhelmed, lean into me. When the fight feels too hard, rest in my arms. I have given you strength for the journey and courage for the fight. You don't have to hide your battle anymore. Bring it to me. I am here to carry it with you. You will overcome because you are never alone. Chapter 24. I'll teach you how to breathe again. My child, when the weight of the world feels too heavy and your breath comes in shallow gasps, I am here to teach you how to breathe again. I know the suffocating fear, the overwhelming anxiety, the moments when you feel like you cannot take another step. In those times, when your spirit feels crushed and your heart races with worry, come to me. I will calm the storms inside you. Remember the psalmist who cried out, "My soul is downcast within me, therefore I will remember you." Psalm 42:11. When you feel lost, remembering me can be the first breath of hope. I am the breath of life, the source of peace. When you feel paralyzed by fear, I offer rest. When you feel trapped in darkness, I offer light. Let me guide you to slow down, to pause, to breathe deeply of my love. Breathe in my grace. Breathe out your fears. Inhale hope. Exhale doubt. Each breath is a gift, a reminder that you are alive and loved. I am your refuge in the chaos, your strength in weakness. You don't have to do this alone. Let me teach you how to breathe again. Rest in me. Breathe with me. Live in me. Chapter 25. There is purpose in this pain. My child, I see your pain, and I know it feels unbearable. You wonder why this suffering has come into your life. You ask, why must I endure this? What purpose could there be in such hardship? I hear your cries, and I want you to know that there is purpose in this pain. Pain is not meaningless. It is not wasted. It is not without reason. Remember Joseph, betrayed by those he loved, thrown into a pit, sold into slavery, and forgotten in prison. His journey was filled with suffering, yet I had a plan all along. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done. Genesis 50:20. Your pain can be a tool for growth. It can deepen your compassion, strengthen your character, and draw you closer to me. Sometimes pain breaks us so we can be rebuilt. Sometimes it shakes us so we can be steadied on the foundation of my love. I do not delight in your suffering, but I use it for your good. I walk with you through every trial, shaping you, molding you, preparing you for the purpose I have designed uniquely for you. Do not lose hope. Do not give up. There is light beyond this darkness. There is healing beyond this hurt. Hold onto me. Trust my plan. Believe in the purpose of your pain. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are loved beyond measure. And there is purpose in this pain. Chapter 26. You are still becoming. My beloved child, your story is still unfolding. No matter where you find yourself today, broken, lost, hopeful, or weary, you are still becoming. You are a work in progress, a masterpiece in the making. You may feel like you should have arrived somewhere by now, that your journey should be clearer, that your life should look different. But growth is often slow, and transformation takes time. Remember that the caterpillar does not become a butterfly overnight. It must go through seasons of struggle and change before it can soar. I am the potter, and you are the clay. I am shaping you with loving hands, molding you through every experience, every trial, every triumph. We are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. Ephesians 2:10. You are being prepared for a purpose greater than you realize. Your growth is not wasted, even when it feels invisible. Do not compare your journey to others. Each path is unique, each timeline sacred. Trust me to finish the good work I began in you. You are still becoming, and that is beautiful. So rest in my grace. Keep walking in faith, and know that I am with you every step of the way. Chapter 27. My mercy isn't measured by your strength. My child, I want you to understand this deep truth. My mercy is not measured by how strong you are. You might believe that you need to be perfect, unshakable, or always victorious to deserve my mercy. But that is a lie. My mercy is not a reward for strength. It is a gift for weakness. I delight in showing mercy to those who recognize their need for me, not those who believe they can manage on their own. Remember the tax collector who stood in the temple, beating his chest and saying, "God, have mercy on me, a sinner." Luke 18:13. It was his humility, not his strength, that made him righteous in my sight. You do not have to be strong to come to me. You only need to be honest. The Lord is compassionate and gracious, slow to anger, abounding in love. Psalm 103:8. I do not grow weary of forgiving you. I do not keep score of your failures. I do not expect perfection. I meet you in your weakness. I lift you when you fall. I heal your wounds. So when you feel weak, discouraged, or defeated, run to me. My mercy is waiting. My arms are open. You are loved, not because of what you can do, but because of who I am. Rest in that mercy today and always. Chapter 28. I hold what you're afraid to say. My child, I know the words you're afraid to say, the prayers you keep silent, the fears you hide deep inside, the burdens you carry alone because you don't believe anyone could understand. But I hear them, I hold them, I carry them. You don't have to speak aloud to be heard by me. Your heart's whispers, your trembling cries, your silent pleas, they reach my ears. The Lord is near to all who call on him. Psalm 145:18. You don't have to be brave in front of me. You don't have to explain or justify. Just come as you are, with all your brokenness and confusion. I am the keeper of your secrets, the holder of your pain, the restorer of your hope. There is no shame in what you fear to say. There is freedom in trusting me with it. So let me carry your hidden burdens. Let me speak peace over your silent struggles. You are not alone. You are deeply loved. You are fully known. And I hold what you're afraid to say. Chapter 29. Even in this, I'm still God. My child, no matter the chaos, the pain, the unanswered questions swirling around you, remember this truth. Even in this, I am still God. I am sovereign over every storm. I am the creator who holds the universe in my hands. Nothing is beyond my control, not the darkness, not the despair, not the brokenness you face. You may feel overwhelmed, like everything is falling apart. You may question how I could allow this suffering, but my power and love never falter. I am the Lord, the God of all mankind. Is anything too hard for me? Jeremiah 32:27. Your pain is not outside my reach. Your struggles are not beyond my care. I am working even when you cannot see it. I am weaving beauty from ashes, hope from heartbreak. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. In every moment, in every trial, I am God unchanging, faithful, true. So when you feel lost, hold on to me. When fear grips you, trust in me. When hope seems distant, remember, even in this, I'm still God, and I love you with an everlasting love. Chapter 30. When you can't forgive yourself. My beloved child, I know the heaviness you carry when you can't forgive yourself, the burden of regret, the weight of shame, the endless replaying of mistakes in your mind. You wonder if there is a way to release the chains you've wrapped so tightly around your heart. Hear me now, there is. Forgiveness is not just my gift to you, it is a path to your freedom. I have forgiven you completely, wholly, and without reservation. But sometimes, the hardest forgiveness to accept is your own. You may feel trapped in your past, defined by what you did or failed to do. But you are not your mistakes. You are my beloved. Remember the story of the woman who anointed my feet with tears and perfume. The Pharisee judged her, but I told him, her many sins have been forgiven, so she has shown me much love. Luke 7:47. Love flows from forgiveness, not perfection. I invite you to let go of self-condemnation. Let me heal your heart. Let me fill you with grace. You don't have to carry this alone. Come to me with your pain. I am ready to help you forgive yourself. And in that forgiveness, you will find peace. Chapter 31. You're not failing, you're healing. My dear child, when you feel like you're failing, I want you to know this truth. You're not failing, you're healing. Life's journey is not a straight path. It's filled with twists, turns, setbacks, and breakthroughs. Sometimes the steps backward feel like defeat, but they are part of your restoration. Healing often looks messy. It's not a sudden fix, but a gradual unfolding. It requires patience, grace, and trust, especially when progress feels slow or invisible. Remember how I healed the paralytic. It took faith, courage, and the help of friends. He didn't heal alone, and neither will you. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. When you stumble, it's not failure. It's a sign that you are trying, growing, moving toward wholeness. Give yourself permission to be imperfect. Give yourself grace to heal at your own pace. I am with you every step. I am guiding you through the pain to new life. You're not failing, you're becoming whole. Chapter 32. Let me rebuild what life broke. My child, I know life has broken you in ways you didn't expect. I see the cracks in your heart, the scars etched deep by pain, betrayal, and loss. I understand the places where hope feels shattered and dreams lie in ruins. But hear me clearly. I am a God who rebuilds. I am the master potter, and you are the clay in my hands. Though broken, you are not beyond restoration. Yet you, Lord, are our Father. We are the clay, you are the potter. We are all the work of your hand. Isaiah 64:8. I take what the enemy meant for harm and transform it for good. I gather the shattered pieces and create beauty beyond what you can imagine. You don't have to try to fix yourself. You don't have to hold the pieces together on your own. Let me do the work. Bring me your brokenness, your doubts, your fears. Lay them at my feet and watch as I rebuild you stronger, wiser, and more radiant than before. Rest in my hands. Trust in my timing. Believe in my power. Your story is not over. The brokenness is not the end. Let me rebuild what life broke. You are precious. You are loved. You are being made whole. Chapter 33. You've survived every yesterday. My beloved child, look how far you've come. Through every trial, every tear, every dark night, you have survived every yesterday. Sometimes it may feel like you are barely holding on. You wonder how you made it through the pain, the fear, the loss. But here you are, still breathing, still standing, still moving forward. That resilience is a testament to my faithfulness. I have been with you every step of the way, carrying you when you couldn't walk, comforting you when you wept, and giving you strength when you had none left. The righteous person may have many troubles, but the Lord delivers him from them all. Psalm 34:19. Your survival is not by your own strength alone. It is a miracle of my grace. So when you feel weary or doubtful, remember the battles you've already won. You are stronger than you think. You are braver than you know. You are deeply loved and never alone. Rest in the truth that you've survived every yesterday, and I am with you for every tomorrow. Chapter 34. My peace doesn't require your perfection. My child, You might believe that my peace depends on your perfection, that you have to get everything right, your thoughts, your actions, your faith, to experience the calm I offer. But that is not true. My peace is not earned by your flawless behavior or perfect plans. It is a gift freely given, resting on my unchanging love for you. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. John 14:27. You do not have to fix yourself before you can rest in me. You do not have to hide your flaws to receive my embrace. I love you as you are, messy, broken, searching, and imperfect. The world may demand perfection, but I offer grace. The world may pressure you to perform, but I invite you to surrender. The world may judge, but I welcome. So when your heart races with fear of failure or shame, remember this: my peace is available now. Not after you've cleaned up, but now. Come to me with all your imperfections. Let my peace wash over your restless soul. You are loved, you are accepted, you are enough. My peace doesn't require your perfection. It only requires your trust. Chapter 35. Trust me with the next step. My beloved child, I know the future feels uncertain, and the path ahead is unclear. You wonder which way to turn, which choice is right, and how you will navigate the challenges before you. I see your hesitation. I hear your doubts. I feel your fears. But I want you to know this truth. You don't have to see the whole staircase to take the next step. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. Proverbs 3:5-6. You may not know where the road leads, but I do. I have planned each step for you with love and wisdom beyond your understanding. When you feel overwhelmed, give me your worries. When you feel uncertain, surrender your fears. I will guide you. I will steady your feet. I will light the way. You don't have to have all the answers today. You only need to trust me with the next step. Step by step, I am leading you closer to the life I've designed for you. So take a deep breath, hold my hand, and walk forward in faith. I am with you always. Chapter 36. I wrote this night into your story. My beloved child, I know this night feels endless, heavy, and dark. You may wonder why I allowed this season of struggle, this valley of tears, this moment of loneliness. But hear me now. I wrote this night into your story. Every part of your journey, light and dark, joy and pain, triumph and trial, is known to me. Nothing surprises me. Nothing catches me unaware. I am the author of your life. I write your story with purpose, weaving every chapter together for your good and my glory. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him. Romans 8:28. This night, with all its challenges and heartbreaks, is part of the story I am crafting. You may not see the ending yet, but trust that I am working all things together. I am not distant or uncaring in your suffering. I am present, writing hope into the darkness, peace into the chaos. When you feel overwhelmed, remember, This night is not your final chapter. I hold the pen, and I am leading you toward dawn. Rest in my love. Trust my plan. Know that I wrote this night into your story because I love you deeply, and the best is yet to come. Chapter 37. And I will still be here tomorrow, my beloved child. As this journey of chapters draws to close, know this unchanging truth. No matter what today held, joy or sorrow, triumph or struggle, I will still be here tomorrow. I am the God who does not grow weary. I am the Father who never turns away. I am the constant presence in your ever-changing world. When the sun rises and sets, when the seasons turn, when your heart feels strong or weak, I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. Hebrews 13:8. You may wonder what tomorrow will bring. You may fear the unknown, the challenges, the loneliness, but you do not have to face it alone. I am already there, waiting with open arms, ready to carry you through whatever comes next. Rest now in the assurance that my love never fails, my mercy never ends, and my faithfulness is without limit. I am here for you, today, tomorrow, always, and I will still be here tomorrow. Thank you for spending this time with us. Remember, no matter what you're facing, God's love is always with you, steady, unchanging, and boundless. If this message touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to join our community of hope and healing. We're here to walk alongside you, one gentle step at a time. Until next time, may you be wrapped in peace, filled with faith, and surrounded by God's endless love. God bless you.